what's up everybody, it's Bree. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I thought I would do a little bit of a tutorial. I cannot for the life of me think of what look I want to do. I'm going in between something like either blue wing eyeliner or I don't know yet. I'm going to decide in a little bit. So if you want to see how I'm going to look, then keep on watching. Just a few little updates before I start the video. I put my hair up like this because I can't find a headband. Another thing is, I'm sorry if my backdrop falls in the middle of the video. I'm really freaked out that it's going to, and it looks like it's going to, so I don't know. Also, there's another thing. My face is super, I don't know what this is about, but ignore it. Another thing is I had my camera angled a different way. Usually I have it facing up, not my camera, my iPad. I usually have it facing where the home button and the camera are like vertical, and now they're horizontal from each other, and I'm just trying this out. I usually don't like it like this, and I have my camera set off to the side a little bit more because I'm blind and I don't wear contacts, and I obviously can't wear glasses when I'm doing my makeup, so I have my mirror right here, but obviously I can't do that. So I'm trying this out so it'll be easier for you guys to see me like this, and if it doesn't work out, then we'll just go back to our old ways. So for primer, I'm going to use my Too Faced Hangover X primer. This is my Ride or Die primer. I cannot find a better one than this, so I'm also going to add the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. For foundation, I'm going to retry a foundation that I used a while ago that I had some problems with. I'm going to retry my Makeup Forever HD Ultra HD foundation stick. I had problems with this for a really long time because it really accentuated my pores and it didn't make me look like how I wanted to. It made me look really oily and I didn't like it. I did notice a tip that Daisy Marquez used in her video is with, in the Fenty Beauty like sticks, she used a spray and she said you could use the Bedecsu spray. So I'm going to use this and maybe it'll be a better application. This foundation just didn't blend out well for me also, and she said if you spray something on it, it will work better. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm just going to spray it 2 times and let it soak for a second, and then I'm gonna just directly apply it to my face. I'm really hoping that this works because I loved this. I used to love this foundation for a long time, and so I don't know. It applies nicer. Sadly, I'm just gonna have to say this foundation is a no for me. Not just because of the color, but obviously look at the color. And I don't know if you guys can really tell. It's breaking up on me. It doesn't blend easily. I sat here and went like this for a long time. It's not blending well for me. It's not good coverage. And if you could just see, you can see all the separation on my face. I'm just not feeling it. Next for concealer, I'm gonna use my Wet n Wild cruelty-free, concealer, and this is in the shade Light Ivory. Probably going to look too dark with this foundation, but we will see. I'm going to try to lower it a little bit. Yeah, it looks really light. It looks light on camera, but it's not. Also, I'm going to apply my Tarte Shape Tape in Deep to further bronze and contour my face. I always use so much this and literally only needs like the tiniest little bit. Like this is literally how much you need. Like that's really how much you need. But sometimes I'm like, okay, well I need more. But it's literally the slightest line. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then when I do my nose, I try to just keep it on the very insides. And then on the bottom of my nose. And then I also do it on under my lip because it gives that shadow of a pouty effect. And then I take the back side of my beauty blender, or whichever side I didn't use my foundation with, and I just blend it in, and I do circular motions. Now I'm going to set the rest of my face. I'm going to set my face actually, my under eyes, with my NYX HD Studio Photogenic Finishing Powder, and I love this stuff. I live by this stuff. It is so good. So I'm just going to blend out the creases under my eyes real quick. And then I'm going to apply the powder underneath. I absolutely hate the way this foundation made my skin look. Look, you guys, I'm going to go in close real quick. Look at all that. Look at that! What? I am so glad I'm not going somewhere after this because I literally, look at my forehead! Whatever, so I'm going to set the rest of my face. I'm going to use this Mermaid Unicorn brush thingy, the flat top one, and I'm going to use my Too Faced Born This Way Cocoa Powder Foundation in light medium just to even out my skin tone and dust away that translucent powder as well. I'm now bronzing with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and this brush, and I'm just going to bronze. I really love these brushes because they're so soft and like they just make all like the powder and stuff, they just make it go on so nicely and they just distribute it really well. For blush, I'm going to use one that I don't really use but like I forget how much I love it. I'm going to use Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. I love the gold flecks that it has and just how luminous it really makes you look while you can still have a completely matte face. Everybody knows I love my matte face, like everybody knows. And it's very, very pigmented, and it's a drugstore blush, and I don't know, it just makes your skin look, like, can you guys tell? I don't know if you guys can, I don't know how to explain it, but for those of you out there who understand, like, you understand. You can see how it's pink, and then it reflects to that beautiful, shiny gold, and I just love it. I'm in the mood to contour today, so I'm going to use an oldie but a goodie, my Smashbox contour kit, my love of my life, my ride or die. I love this palette so much, and I forgot about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't grabbed this in a long time. So I'm going to use this flat brush, and I'm going to use the first shade, and I'm just going to blend and push up at the same time. Now I'm going to use the white shade, and I'm going to use this tulip brush, and I'm just going to put it underneath my eyes. I have not found a really good under eye powder yet. The Kat Von D one's good, but it doesn't blend well with all of my blushes, so this is my best one that I have. Okay, so I think I've decided on a look I want to do. I think I want to do this look. I found this off of Pinterest, so I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. It just says from makeup100.com, so maybe if you guys find that picture there, then you'll know, but I have no idea who this is. So credits to this person for this look. Hopefully I can make it good like it is. So yeah, let's try it out. I'm going to start out by using my Beauty Killer palette from Jeffree Star. I love this palette so much. The pan sizes are super big. If you guys want to reference how big the palette really is, here is my hand. It's about a little less than half of the palette, a little bit more than half the palette, and it's about actually half the palette. And the pan sizes, this is how big my finger is, and it doesn't even touch the two. So I'm really excited for that. So I'm going to go into China White, which is this white shade right here, with my Morphe M535 brush. They're super, super pigmented, so I'm just going to go over to give my shadows a nice, even base. So for my transition, she does have a very, like, cool tone. It's a little bit warm, but it's kind of cool tone. You can barely see it. And so I'm going to go into the shade Courtney, which is this shade right here. It's a very nice in-between of warm and cool. So I'm going to use this with my Morphe M433 brush. I'm just going to tap it off a little bit because I want to use a lot for the transition, because as you start to add more colors and pack on more colors, your transition shade does get lost. So I do like to add a lot of transition shade. So I'm going to go really high with this shade because I feel like it's going to get lost as I'm putting more of the color on. Underneath that shade, I'm going to add Love Letter from the Modern Renaissance palette. I'm going to use this NYX Professional Makeup brush in the number 17, and I'm going to add that underneath. I'm going to tap off a lot of this because there's not a lot of the pink, but there definitely is some. And plus, this palette is a lot more pigmented than the Jeffree Star one. As you can tell, oh shoot, I lost the look. As you can tell, you can see the pink on the outer parts of the purple, so I'm just going to add that very lightly. Next, all over the lid, it looks like she has purple completely, all over the lid, so I'm going to take a mixture of this shade from the Morphe 35B palette, and I'm going to take this shade above the darkest purple, and I like this shade rather than the darkest purple, because the darkest purple, here's the two comparisons. This is the darkest, it's more of a blue, and this one's more of a reddish pinkish, so I want it to match with the pink, so I am going to take this all over the lid, and then I'm going to add a different color next. This is actually really pigmented purple, and I'm really impressed. So now once it looks like this, I'm going to take, if you can tell, in between the little gold and the darkest purple, there's a little bit of a light right there, and it's a shimmery shade. I'm going to go into Princess, and I'm going to put this on the center of the lid, because it's going to give me that purpley white iridescent color. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the NYX Glitter Primer, and I'm just going to take it on my finger, and I'm going to put it in this little part where I put Princess. So I forgot to record the part where I put the gold part in the center of my eye, so I used a Beauty Killer palette, and I used Rich Biatch in it. Lastly, I'm going to take the shade Vanity. I'm just going to literally dip into it with my M22, and it's not even a black, it's like a deep eggplant, and I'm just going to push this on the outer corners just for a little bit of definition, because I love how eye looks look with a lot of definition. For my lower lash line, I'm going to take Love Letter, and I'm just going to take it on this brush that I got from my Soap and Glory palette, and I love this brush because it blends out the under eyes really well, and it's super tiny. So I'm going to take this underneath my eyes, and then super tucked in close underneath my lower lashes, I'm going to take Vanity with this angled brush from Forever 21, and I'm going to pack it in right underneath my eyelashes. Okay, so off camera I did my brows and I did my eyelashes and like my mascara and stuff off of camera because I've done it a whole bunch of times and it's just kind of like, okay, it's like extra stuff. So for highlight, her highlight is very intense, very bold. You can tell it's that bluish, purplish, holographic color. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix Blue Moon and the Solstice palette. So I'm going to mix these two and get like a bluish, purplish, holographic type thing. So I'm going to go into Blue Moon first. I have it sitting right here in front of me, and this is how pigmented it is. So you want to tap it off, and then I'm going to go into the Solstice palette, and I'm going to take off the mirror because it broke. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight. It's not going to be too intense because I think she used like a editing thing to make it super intense. From a front view, it's really annoying because you can see the cast on the sides, but from the side, it's so pretty. So I'm going to just push it in with my beauty blend or my beauty sponge because I don't want it to look like it's sitting on top of the skin. I want it to look like it's really melted in, like how hers looks in the picture. She's down. She did. I'm also going to pop this mixture into my inner corner, so I'm going to take this shade, and I'm going to take this shade because I noticed I didn't show you guys before, and I'm going to tap it off. And I'm going to put it in my inner corners. For lips, I'm going to line them with the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in Sandstorm. I already did exfoliate my lips, put chapstick on, and I did that off camera because I've done it a bunch of times. So I'm just going to line my lips. Now for my lip color, I'm going to use the Kat Von D Liquid, or Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in Lolita. This is such a pretty shade and I haven't used it in a long time. I didn't want to do like a nude because I feel like it'd really throw off the whole look. I know a lot of people are like, oh, my eyes are so bold, I'm just going to do a nude like a nude lip. And then, like, sometimes it looks really weird if you do too pale of a nude. So I'm just going to be using this one. And yeah, I filled in my whole entire lips with that Sandstorm just so it can last longer. Now in the center of my lips, I'm going to use this Mud Makeup Designery Lip Glaze in the shade Bare just to add some gloss in the center and to make it a little bit lighter. So I'm just going to add it right here. So it's right there, and then I'm going to pat it in. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!